Hello and welcome. Hey, it's no secret that I enjoy riding bikes, but I especially enjoy riding off-road bikes. And that said, I really particularly enjoy riding my 2021 Mongoose Dolomite ALX. For less than $500, plus a few budget upgrades linked in the description, I have a really fun fat bike. In fact, I ride it year-round, not just in the winter, as you will see later on. But that isn't to say that the bike could not be improved. It comes stock, fairly well equipped with a Microshift 2x8 drivetrain with a cassette, not a freewheel, decently wide handlebars, drilled aluminum rims, and a set of mechanical disc brakes. And speaking of brakes, I decided to upgrade to hydraulic brakes. Now, this is not my first Dolomite, as I previously owned a steel-framed 2018 Dolomite, and man did I have a lot of fun with that bike. I had installed a set of very low-priced Zoom hydraulic brakes on it. I think they were like $35 at the time. And I was frankly surprised at how well they worked. It just blew my mind. When I sold the Dolomite, I took off the Zooms and set them aside. I figured now would be a good time to put them to good use. So on the ALX they went, well, with some help. In the process of installing a set of pre-bled hydraulic brakes on the ALX, or frankly any bike with external cabling, is pretty much as easy as it gets. Step 1. Remove the existing mechanical brake setup. Step 2. Install the hydraulic disc brake setup. And step 3. Go for a ride. So, here we are at the Hallowell Reservoir Recreation Area in Hallowell, Maine. This is where I usually go to test various bike upgrades, since the trails are fairly compact on a small plot of land, and if something goes wrong, I won't have an awfully long walk back to the car. So far, that hasn't happened, but you never know. So, right out of the metaphorical box, these brakes work like a charm. They have a good tactile feedback, and they are easy to modulate with just one finger. And the installation honestly could not have been any easier. all I had to do after installation was center the calipers. If you're not familiar with that, it is just loosening the caliper bolts and holding the brake lever down while tightening the bolts back up. That will solve the vast majority of brake alignment issues, cable or hydraulic. There is one quirk of these Zoom brakes that needs mentioning. They are set up left rear, right front, just the opposite of American bikes. I believe this is normal for British bikes, and while I have no motorcycle experience, I understand this is how they are set up as well. I could swap the lines on the lever reservoirs, but honestly, it's not a big deal to me. I figure most of the time, I'm using both brakes anyway, so the flip-flop is largely unnoticeable. Regarding tuning, several folks have asked if I'm going to go to a 1x setup and switch from the sealed square taper bottom bracket to external bearings and a hollow textile crankset. The short answer is no. There are kits out there to do that, but honestly, I like the climbing ratio that I get from the 22-tooth small chainring, so I am leaving the stock 2x crankset in place. And that being so, obviously, I'm not replacing the sealed bottom bracket either, which, incidentally, is working just fine. Not a mechanical issue, but you know, I think autumn is easily my favorite season for trail riding. I just love the way the woods look and sound and smell this time of the year. Sometimes it's a case of sensory overload. I also like that it isn't so hot that I lose weight just by sweating, yet it's not so cold that my toes get froze. Kidding aside, days like this, they just check all my pleasure boxes on a ride. There is a link to a playlist for the ALX below left, which includes my unboxing and first look. And there's another link to another video below right that I think you'll enjoy. And as always, thanks for watching. I sincerely appreciate that. Goodbye and have a great day.